Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here on a Friday. It is a special guest Friday. Emma Keegan is here, and we will introduce you to her. That is, of course, Chief Meteorologist, the one and only Jeff Exline. So we can't thank him enough for being here as well. And special guest Friday. Ooh, what did I step on there? Oh, I thought I stepped on your foot. I was going to say, I apologize for stepping on your foot. It's a cable. I'm sorry. But Emma Keegan, meteorologist, joining the staff here at WTOV9. We are very excited about that. So we wanted to have her on the 9-Minute Phill-Up. And if you have any questions for her, or any comments, make sure you share with us. Of course, want to thank everybody from this place, Valley Converting, T-Town, Toronto, Ohio, the Gem City, Mike Biasi and the crew. Want to thank them for all that they do for us. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to you, Jeff, so you can do a little introduction to Emma, and then we will start to ask her some questions.
Okay. Well, a little timeline for everyone is, of course, we know Amanda Verrier left, and then we had Hannah George, who we thank for filling in for about a month, and she did a great job, but she had to go back to college. Our full-time replacement for Amanda has arrived this week, and you're looking at it right here. Emma is also from New Jersey, right?
Yes, I grew up in South Jersey in a small town called Haddonfield, just right outside of Cherry Hill.
And you went to school in Florida?
Yep. So I went to my first 3 years of high school in New Jersey, and I finished my last year in Florida at Sarasota High.
So we were joking around that you could blame Emma for all this high humidity, because when she moved from Florida, she packed it up and it came.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Messed up. My apologies.
Yeah. So she's doing a fantastic job. This is her first job in television, and she's learning the ropes. You were telling me how you had some great grades in college on your thermodynamics course.
Yeah.
She's bragging about it.
Okay. Well, I have nothing to brag about from college in terms of class and grades.
Thermodynamics for a meteorologist, that is probably the hardest course.
Oh, absolutely.
Is
it?
Yeah, it's the hardest course
Okay, explain thermodynamics to me. Somebody.
Thermodynamics is pretty difficult. I mean, you're dealing with how storms actually form. You're dealing with vorticity. You're dealing with wind shear, wind signatures, different factors like Cape and Sin, just a bunch of different stuff altogether. Basically explaining how storms form, what the dynamics are of that, and how it in turn is affected by the temperature. Awesome.
There'll be a quiz at the end of this edition of the 9-Minute Phill-Up. I'm gonna, as I guess the namesake of the 9-Minute Phill-Up, I'm going to leave that quiz alone. I will leave that up to everybody else, because I don't think I'll do real well on that. But it sounds like you have a special love for meteorology and everything that it entails. Tell me about that.
Yes. So I started getting into meteorology when I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
We'd gotten our first family computer, and I'd heard so much about Hurricane Katrina on TV and in passing with my parents and friends and family. And I'd gotten so curious that I just looked it up on the computer first time. And it basically just led me down a rabbit hole. I loved all things hurricanes, tornadoes, fun weather. And it carried with me through the rest of my high school career and into my college career as well. And I was really fortunate to study and do what I love and continue to do it for a living for the rest of my life.
That's fantastic. And the good thing is, if you're in Florida, you can watch the Miami Hurricanes. Let's go. It's the Gators, the Knolls, all that stuff. We don't worry about that. We're just worried about the Hurricanes. And the question I have for you, you went to college in Florida, Florida Tech?
Yes.
Okay, tell me about it. Where is it? And just all about the school.
So Florida Tech is a small school out in Melbourne, Florida, just about 25 minutes from Cape Canaveral, where they'll be launching all the rockets off of. So we get to watch a lot of those rocket launches.
I imagine, yeah.
It's a pretty small engineering, aviation-based school, but we do have a lot of different sciences, marine sciences, environmental sciences. That'll be meteorology, which would be my neck of the woods. We also have some different programs, again, involved in aviation, engineering. We have psychology programs, business programs. I loved it there. It was really a great time. And I was very fortunate to, again, be able to pick a major and do what I love. There's only about 3 schools in Florida that offer a meteorology degree.
See, that's amazing to me. With the amount of weather that Miami specifically, we had to deal with that. You'd see it every day. There was always some change, but the entire state deals with
Especially
hurricanes and
the
everything
National
else.
Hurricane Center is in Miami.
Yeah, so that's surprising. Only 3 schools because there's
Yeah.
a bunch of schools
I would think
in
Miami
Florida.
would be one of the others. Right?
Yes, Miami, FSU, and FIT respectively. But
Wow.
Miami's leading the way. Not taking anything away from your school, but as a hurricane, I have to take credit for. I don't have to take credit for the meteorology department.
I remember a good Fiesta Bowl when Penn State played Miami.
You know what, Jeff? That's ancient history. And I still, you know what? If we all we had to do was run the football.
Yeah.
Lonzo Highsmith would run up and down Penn State, and then Vinny decided, hey, I won the Heisman Trophy. I better throw it and throw 5 interceptions. But don't get me started on that because I'm not bitter about that.
No.
So, anyways, but Emma, congratulations on all of your academic success because that has now put you in a position to do, as you said, what you love, which is do meteorology, figure out, and that's the thing. Can you guys explain this to me? People think I don't know what people exactly think a meteorologist does. Like I think they know it's weather, but I think people look at your job, Jeff, and they don't realize how much science you do, how much you put together in terms of putting the forecast together. They're like, oh yeah, Jeff just tells us what's going to happen with the weather, but an independent meteorologist is putting together the forecast on their own. So that's why it's so critical to you guys to. I need to be right. I need to be accurate. I need to know what's going on. So explain that dynamic to me, because that's something I really do think a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah, they think we have a dartboard back there in which we throw darts, and if it lands on rain or sun or snow, that's what it ends up. We do actually have one. I didn't show you. No, but I mean, there is a lot of science behind it. But it is if you go back to your original high school or maybe middle school science class, remember. You would make a hypothesis, what you think is going to happen based on the facts that you have. So you look at what, and then you're going to make a hypothesis. So that's what a forecast is. We make a hypothesis every day based on what we see. We're making a hypothesis, a forecast, what we think will happen in the future. Of course, the one thing with weather is I always tell people it's like putting together a puzzle, but the pieces of the puzzle are constantly changing. Weather doesn't stand still. It's always moving. So imagine putting together a 100-piece puzzle in which the notches are changing on you. It would be almost impossible.
Yeah, you never get it complete.
No. And that's why you never get a 100% accurate forecast. But, we do our best with the equipment that we have and it comes time, knowledge that you have. And you just do your best on a day-to-day, and you every day is a clean slate. You wake up, new weather.
Yep.
Well, and the other thing, and Jeff, you probably speak to this a little bit more than Emma, but Emma may be able to speak to it because of classes and everything. The advantage of having 3 meteorologists at WTOV9 that you can share that knowledge of something that maybe you've seen, or this pattern's coming in. I've seen this before, and it may be more specific to the Ohio Valley than it would be to Florida, where you just came from. I mean, how much do you guys lean on each other or talk to each other about the forecast when you're getting ready for everything?
I would say for sure we definitely work together on our forecasting. Jeff's been a great help and a great teacher with helping me get those ropes down and learn all the different forecasting tools that we use and all the different data sets and forecasting maps that we'll pull up to help us make those decisions as such. But you're absolutely right. Weather patterns up here in the Ohio Valley are going to be a lot different than they would be, say, in Florida. So keeping an eye on those patterns and learning how each season goes and how each patterns come in will definitely be important for me as I make my way here.
There you go.
And another thing, we do collaborate, and we also collaborate with the National Weather Service. We have a program called National Weather Service Chat, where we're in there with emergency management, and we can just chat with everyone. Hey, do you see the storm coming in? It looks like, and the emergency management can be giving us reports. We have flooding in this location. So we're all communicating, and then we get that information out as soon as possible. So that's one way we collaborate. And kind of interesting with AI now, we look at computer models of the atmosphere, and that's basically what the model, all this information gets sent to the computer and gets crunched and does all this calculus that we had to learn in college. and it comes out with a prediction for the future. But now we're using AI in some of these models that it's recognizing patterns from the past.
Okay.
AI will recognize the patterns and give us a better idea. It's pattern recognition or of storms that in the past that produce similar outcomes. So we're able to look into that. So AI is actually AI is taking over everything, but it's also in the weather forecasting. It's helping us out too.
All right, well, you know the place that isn't taking over AI? Valley Converting in T-Town, the gem city of Toronto, Ohio. If you have paper products that you need recycled, maybe you have some records that you just want anyone to see anymore. Maybe you just need to make some room in your house because you've got some, what is it? The tax files, your income tax reports.
Well, Emma's taking some of her boxes, I hear, from packing.
Yeah, there we go.
A lot of moving boxes.
There we go.
Just took them out to Valley Converting yesterday.
They will take care of them. They'll turn them into a new product. They'll give them a new life. Maybe you have a book that you read. Everybody in the family's read it. They have nobody else to give it to, and you think, "Wow, just throw the book out. I don't know what I'm doing with it." Take it to Valley Converting. They'll give it a new life. Let's hear from them now.
Every piece of paper has a story. What if that story didn't end when you were done with it?
At Valley Converting, we turn your old paper products into recycled paperboard, continuing the story.
Locally owned and operated in Toronto, Ohio, bringing your paper to Valley Converting isn't just about recycling.
It's about supporting a cleaner, greener future for all of us.
We are here 5 days a week to help you make some green by going green.
And remember,
recycle for your future.
Mike Biasi and his crew doing a great job in T-Town, Toronto, Ohio. We greatly appreciate it. And we have, all right, Jeff, now I don't know if you can see the comments on, I can pop them up. I just can't, I forgot to bring my glasses in. This is SMC and saying new weather girl. Well, new meteorologist.
Now, are you offended by the weather girl phrase?
Not necessarily, no. I know some people get pretty up in arms about it sometimes, but I mean, it's a part of the gig. It's how people know you. It's how people, you say you're a meteorologist, sometimes people look at you like, huh? Like, what is that? Some people don't even know what the word meteorologist means, but when you tell them weather girl, they're like, oh, I know what you do now. Like, it's similar to what you do.
Some people, take it as downgrading because, not too many people. I've never been called weather boy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I've been called a lot of other things, but not weather boy.
Judy checking in. She said, "Who is this girl?" Well, that's why we have Emma here today.
Emma Keegan.
Hi.
Emma Keegan.
Nice to meet you.
Emma Keegan is the new meteorologist here at WTOV 9, and we are sharing her story. And part of her story, Jeff, she not only went to school and studied meteorology and thermodynamics and everything else. I think it was a thermodynamics.
Yeah.
All right,
good job. Passed the quiz.
So not only did she do that, she also swam on the swim team at Florida Tech. So what was your favorite event? Where how long have you been swimming? Has this been something you started? Now, Emma, if you weren't with us a little bit earlier, started her existence in New Jersey, South Jersey, and then transitioned down to Florida, and that's where she went to school and got her meteorology degree. And as I said, mentioned this part of the swim team. So tell us about your swim team activities. And did you play any other sports, or did you do drama club, acting, anything like that?
I tried a couple other sports. Wasn't really a huge contact sports girl. Did not like getting hit in the face.
Okay.
So I decided to try some other things. I tried gymnastics, cheerleading. The only thing that really stuck with me was swimming. I started when I was about 9 years old. So I capped off my career last February. So about 13 years. Total.
Nice.
It's a lot. Yeah, definitely a huge part of my life growing up. And my college career was very nice. I did all 4 years there at Florida Tech with the varsity team. Go Panthers. And my favorite event was definitely the breaststroke events. I also did some distance freestyle events later on in my earlier years there. But mainly the 200. The 200 is probably my favorite.
All right. 200 breaststroke. Okay. SMC, check it back in, says, okay, sorry, meteorologist. No issues. SMC. We love you. It's no issues. All right, I can't. Let's see if I can. All right, here we go. Let's see.
I don't see the comments you're seeing. I got the 2 comments. Oh, here I got it. Okay.
All right, here we go.
You got a Drew comment.
Drew. He says, see, I'm testing my eyes, even though I don't have the glasses. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Ohio Valley. Emma. What's that? The FLA Tech is a good school.
Flow Tech.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
I like that you're that tight with Susan that you call her SMC now.
Oh yeah. Regular.
Yeah.
On the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Yeah. Oh, we've got nicknames for different
We have
people.
any norms here, or like?
No, we had
No
Abe,
norms.
we had Abe Froman, the Sausage King from Bueller, from Ferris Bueller. Ferris Bueller's day off. I didn't realize Abe Froman was still around, but he was the other day and made a comment. So let's see what we have. Welcome, Emma. That's from Judy, right? Is that from Judy? I think it is.
Yeah, Judy Wright.
Okay. I have another one here, Jeff.
See, I don't know. They don't pop up as fast on mine as yours. That's the only ones I see.
I'm going to get rid of this. There we go. There we go.
Now, did you win any like in competition? Did you?
Larry checking in saying new weather girl. All right.
Yeah. Any like swimming? I don't know. Where'd you place? I guess.
I was more so a walk-on for sure. I wasn't one getting paid for swimming wise or anything of that sort. But I would say I was more towards like the middle end. Like I was more so like the supporting, part of the support of the team. I wasn't always the fastest swimmer for sure. Probably due to my height.
You weren't any Olympic qualifiers?
No. I did meet a couple Olympians throughout my career. I did meet Brian Lochte, Claire, I believe Caleb Dressel.
Lochte, Dressel.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Emma Wyant for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
All the goodies.
All right.
Now, see, Bill, a lot of people, I don't know if people know you were a swimmer.
Back in
You
the
brought
day.
that up?
Well, it's the shape of a dolphin, not an orca, but they're still both fast. Yeah, well, and we have an Olympic swimmer here in the Ohio Valley that's won some gold medals, had an absolutely outstanding third leg of the freestyle relay for the men in Paris, Hunter Armstrong. And he is from Dover and went to Ohio State. And I remember my son and daughter were on the swim team at Steubenville Big Red. So I was always timing. So I was always like, just give me the fastest lane. I don't want the outside lane. Give me the fastest lane. So I remember he dove in as a freshman and finished. And I just went, I haven't seen something like that in a long time. And there was I can't think of his name. It'll come to me a little bit later to make the story a little bit better. But an Olympian that when I was in the 15-year-old age group and we were swimming at Harvard in the like New England, New York state championships. God, I can't think of his first or last name right now, but he was a backstroker. So for the 100 freestyle final, everyone said, Billy, you got to watch this. You got to watch this. You haven't seen this guy yet, have you? And I said, no. And he goes, okay. So he jumps in, swims 100 backstroke and beats everyone swimming freestyle by 5 seconds. I went, oh, okay. What is his name? Okay. Can't think of it. I'll think of it. It'll come to me.
I keep on thinking of what was the movie where what's his name? Rodney Dangerfield was in.
Old School. When he was doing the dive back. Yeah, back
I'm
to
picturing
school.
you. That's you doing like Triple Lindy.
The Triple Lindy. Yeah. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
All right. So we have some more comments. First off, welcome, Emma. Hope you enjoy your time in the Valley. I assume Hannah is leaving. Jeff, can you recap that again?
Yeah. So Hannah was, she still has to finish up school in college. So
that was from Frank, by the way.
Yeah. Hannah George needed to finish up school. So she was helping us out. She was sort of like an intern and helping us fill out for vacation and stuff in the summer. So she was definitely temporary, but she's back to school. So you never know. She may pop up again.
All right. And let's see. We've got Drew. All right. Wants to know when you start your broadcasting. And that, I can give the answer to that one. Today at midday on WTOV 9. So at midday, we will have Emma on for the first time.
I was going to say, this is the start right here.
You
start on the Phill-Up first.
That's right. And then SMC, let me know. Got to bring the glasses. And Mr. Bill, next time bring your glasses. And the thing is, they're only over there. They're less than 100, feet away probably. But I'm torturing myself and torturing everybody else. Let's see. Okay.
It's interesting how it updates. You get more comments on there. Okay.
Yeah,
I see. Yeah.
But again, you have to thank everybody for checking in and sharing their comments, asking their questions. And Emma, tell us about, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, family pets. Do you have a family, a favorite ice cream that you like? We need to find out these things. These are important, really important questions.
Yep. So I have my mom, my dad, my little brother at home. He's going to be graduating high school next year. Got my adorable little Boston Lucy at home. My little gremlin baby.
Boston Terrier?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
My little girl.
All
and
right. What's the name again?
Lucy.
Lucy. Okay.
Yes. And I'd say my favorite ice cream flavor. Ooh, cake batter for sure. I'm a cake batter person.
I was not ready for cake batter. I was not. I really have never heard of cake batter. I mean, I've seen. It's just there's so many crazy,
flavors
and stuff. But that's not like the first thing I think of. But it's still. It's almost like the movie Jaws, and I'm going to explain.
Yeah.
The ice cream flavor. If you watch the original movie Jaws, the only Jaws worth watching. The other ones don't even bother with them. But the original is just absolutely sensational.
50th anniversary.
50th anniversary this year. Took the opportunity during the 40th anniversary, or maybe the 45th. I actually went to see it in a big theater because I had never seen it on big screen. I was probably about 10-ish when it came out the first time. Mom and Dad were letting me go see Jaws before we went to the beach. So
what's really cool to see it? Like we have it in the pool. We put the pool and we have red lights on at night, and then we're floating in the pool when you watch Jaws. It's kind of cool. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So Sheriff Brody's son, he goes into shock after the shark goes into the little pond area, a little offshoot there, and the guy loses his leg, and then he's in shock. They take him to the hospital, and the mom's in the hospital, and she says, "Do you want some ice cream? I bring you some ice cream." And he's like, "Yeah." "What flavor?" "Coffee." The kid's like 10 years old. Who eats coffee ice cream at 10? I mean, when I was back, I would have been. Now my mom probably would have had coffee, but I may have eaten it because it's ice cream and it's the only ice cream in the house. But I'm like, who asked for coffee?
Maybe it's like the medication, anesthesia.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we have here.
All right. You glass.
Want to borrow mine? Sure. If you want to bring them in, let's go. Just make Marty. Just make the drive. Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this to myself today, but you need a little torture in your life every once in a while. Okay, so your brother's going to graduate this year?
Yes.
Okay, so now where is he going to go to school? University of Miami, Florida?
He's still deciding right now. At the moment, I'd say.
Does he swim, play sports?
He does swim. I don't know if he's going to continue to do that in college, but right now, unfortunately for you, his first choice is Florida. I know. I'm so sorry.
There's a lot of schools in Florida.
Yeah.
I didn't want to mention this, but we're now done. Once the Gators come up, I will just Florida, okay, Gators.
Who's the bigger rival with? Is it
everybody
Florida
hates
State
the Gators? Everybody hates the Gators. Everybody hates the Gators. The Gators are a bit over the top. The ego is through the roof, and now and they have reason to be, but the fans are out of control. Yeah. But it's one of those things where if you're at Miami, Florida State, and either one of those times that you play them in anything, Florida State or Florida, I mean, it's you have to win. You can't deal with losing to them. Have respect for both of them, but you have more respect for Florida State because they're a little less out of control. The Gators, completely out of control.
See, I would have thought it would have been Florida State because aren't they more in the same conference now?
Yeah, but there's a bit more of a mutual respect, maybe because it is the conference.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, and back when I was in school, it was just the Gator fans were completely out of control.
Yeah.
The Florida State fans were a little out of control. We were a little out of control, but we were the new kids on the block. I mean, we literally were. We had no national championships, and we had 5 in football. We had when I went there and played on the baseball team, we won our second national championship in baseball.
Yeah.
So Miami, there was Jim Kelly shows up, and all of a sudden it's like Howard Schnellenberger puts his program on the map, and it's like boom, there's Miami. I mean, Miami always had football, always had baseball, but just didn't do as well as everybody else. And then we showed up.
Well, when you were there, that wasn't that.
It was crazy.
That was crazy.
It was the talent that was at the school at that time.
That team was a little cocky too. They had some They had some.
we had some characters.
Yeah, they had some characters.
All right, let's see. Wait, we got to go back here. Okay. Here we go. Okay, I think I skipped one. All right. Hello from where is it? Front Royal, Virginia.
Ooh.
All right. Checking in.
Hello.
And Marty checking in. There we go. Here we go. Maybe I should just have Emma do this. Or can you see him or not?
Mine don't update as fast.
All right. Here we
I gotta
go.
go in and out. I'm not sure why.
All right. I can see it better here. All right. Emma, if you like ice cream, there's a great bookstore ice cream shop on Pennsily Avenue in Weird. Absolutely there is. Yeah, we definitely have to. Yeah, we'll have to take her over there. That's. I actually got a peanut butter cookie milkshake. Unbelievable. Good stuff.
Lots of different flavors there.
All right.
And it's a bookstore.
Yeah. You can, and candy. You can get candy there too. Hey, you got Will talk into the U. There we go. All right, Marty, get Will going to the U. It's all about the U. It's all about the U. Which again, and that wasn't a thing when I went to school there. Nobody walked around and go, "Hey, it's all about the U." We were just Miami. We were just Sebastian the Ibis and the Miami Maniac for baseball.
When I was a kid, I used to go to Gabe's, and you get the cheap.
When you were a kid, you're still a kid.
When I was a kid, you'd go to Gabe's and you'd get they'd have all the college sweatshirts and you'd wear them to school and everything. Yeah. I would get the Miami Hurricanes because I liked Hurricanes. I liked Hurricanes. I thought that was the coolest thing. Yeah.
All right. Drew checks in. He says, by the way, the biggest school in Florida is actually Central Florida in Orlando. That has more students than anyone else. Drew, thank you for your facts. No, actually, thank you and I'll tell you what, Central Florida has become, a prominent player in collegiate sports and everything else. But the
other thing from Florida is the northern part of the state to the southern. I remember as a kid driving down, my parents, we're Florida, and meanwhile we're going to Miami, and we're like,
you've got another 10 hours.
Holy cow, is that state long?
And Drew reminding me of the lack of wins back in the 70s. I remember when Miami was losing in the 70s. This is less, and they did. They were
Jimmy Johnson. He's the one that turned it around, or
no? Howard Schnellenberger first, and then Jimmy Johnson came in. I remember I received my acceptance letter to go to school the week of the national championship game when Miami won their first national championship against Nebraska. It was like the day before. So I was like, so I stayed up and watched the game. So Howard Schnellenberger wins. I go to my freshman year is right after they win the national title. They have the Rathskeller on campus. So everybody's ready for they're going to play Notre Dame or whatever it was to open the season. And they did a highlight film in the Rathskeller before the game kicked off. Howard Schnellenberger is the first thing that comes. He'll be old voice. He's got the mustache, his tweed jacket on, and the whole thing. He'd wear a jacket. It's 1,000 degrees. He's on the sidelines, and he was just, everybody. As soon as he showed up on the screen, because he left, booed. Everybody booed him, and I was like, "What are they booing?"
Where did he go to?
The USFL hired him away. He was going to be the general manager, the head coach. They paid him all this money, and then it didn't work out. And then he came back, went to Louisville, got them started around. But then Jimmy Johnson came in. And I remember all the football. If we had Coach Schnellenberger, we would have won. They won 9 games, lost in the Fiesta Bowl, and everyone complained. But it just kept rolling from there. Jimmy Johnson was great as a coach, and then everybody else that's followed has been pretty good. We digress because we're here to talk about Emma. That is what we're here about. So now, Emma, we had an opportunity to meet your mom the other day. How excited is Mom and Dad and everybody else?
They're all super excited. I'm sure they're probably listening to this podcast right now. They're probably in the audience.
Okay.
But
they should check in with us.
I know they should.
All right, let's see. Who do we have here? I think we have one more comment. Dennis Erickson was there too. Yeah, he won a couple national titles. I can't seem to get this to go. Can't get it to go. So we're going to leave it alone. Anyways, we've already gone. Oh, wow, we're over.
Yeah. See, it's supposed to be 9 minutes.
Yeah, 9 minutes. It never goes 9 minutes.
You see the clock's at 0.
It's
been that way for
we're basically at 30. We're at 30 minutes now.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so today, Emma will make her debut at midday. Has had her debut here on 9-Minute Phill-Up. We greatly appreciate you stopping by. Looking forward to seeing you grow in your broadcasting career. Jeff, continue the tutelage.
Thank you.
To get her ready, but she's probably got all that wizardry on the computers and stuff. She's probably going to be teaching you stuff pretty soon.
She's a quick learner.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So we're looking forward to that. So welcome. And thank you for everybody for checking in with your comments and everything. And I hope you enjoy the 9-Minute Phill-Up on this Friday as we welcome Emma to the stage, so to speak. And we also have to thank, I did it again. Yeah, you'll get that right by the end of it. Valley Converting, have to thank them again for all that they do for the 9-Minute Phill-Up. Greatly appreciate it. If you want to take your paper products to Valley Converting, it's T-Town, Gem City, Toronto, Ohio. And remember, everybody, most importantly, Emma, you're going to learn the new rules. The new rules are the 2 rules. Two rules. Have to live by them. If you live by these rules, you got nothing to worry about. Anyone gives you any business about anything, say, hey, I'm living by the 2 rules. 2 rules, have fun, and try your best, everybody. So if you do that, who can complain? And if you do that over the weekend, you're going to have a great weekend. We wish you nothing but a great weekend, a happy and healthy weekend. And that man over there, he thought he was going to escape from this. July 19th, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say that. It's just a number. It's just a number. You deal with numbers every day.
That's right.
But a big birthday coming up on Saturday.
A
Happy
milestone.
birthday, my friend.
Now over the hill.
Welcome.
Yes.
welcome to Over the Hill, brother.
Thank you.
You know what the thing is? Everyone says that. They have no idea. It's not over the hill. It's fun. It just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
It keeps getting better. I mean, that's the thing. Think about all the stuff you've done in those 50 years, the great family that you have, the great TV family that you have, and
a lot to be thankful for.
I can't wish you anything but all the best. All the best. So to both of you, all the best in your upcoming broadcast career, and all the best to you and your family and everything that you do.
Thank you.
So you guys do great. We're going to say so long. I'm going to try and turn this computer off. But again, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for being part of the 9-Minute Phill-Up. We will see you next time.
Bye-bye.